In this video, I'm going to show you a step-by-step process on how to change your rear differential fluid in your 2005 to 2009 Chevy Equinox, like this one right here. Also going to be the same for Pontiac Torrent, and I believe the Saturn Vue will also be the same. Fluid I'm going to be using, I really like these Valvoline Flex Fill bottles. Since I've been using these, I don't ever use the hard plastic bottles anymore. You can basically get into a really tight spot and you just kind of roll it up like a tube of toothpaste to get all the fluid out. When draining transfer cases or differentials or transmissions, I like to use a graduated bucket. What I mean by that is it's graduated in ounces, 8 ounces, 16, 24, 32, because I like to know how much fluid is coming out. Also, you're going to need a 10 millimeter Allen key, and that's basically the only tool you're going to need to do this job. So I'll go ahead and show you where the drain and the fill hole is. And I always want to try to remove the fill hole first. You never want to do the drain first, because if you can't get the fill open, then you're going to get stuck. This is going to be your drain, and then right there is going to be your fill. Well, there's not a whole lot of room right here. That's why I like those flex tube from Valvoline to put the gear oil back in there. It goes in just so much easier with those than those straight bottles. You can use a little pump if you want. But we're going to go ahead, open up this first to make sure this will come out. Then we're going to go ahead and open up the drain. All right, so I've got my fill plug backed almost all the way out, so I know I can get fluid back in. Now I've got my drain loosened up, so we'll just go ahead and take this off and let it drain into the bucket. We should get about 16 to 17 ounces. So it's pretty much all drained out. And let's come down here and look. We're at almost exactly 16 ounces. Now that all the fluid is drained out, I've got the drain plug back in. And according to the shop manual, you're supposed to tighten it to 18 foot-pounds. Now we can go ahead, remove the rest of that fill cap and start filling up our fluid. And that's why I like this flex bag. I almost have that at about a 90-degree angle, and I'm just squeezing it in. When it starts to run out, you want to keep squeezing just very slowly. You're going to keep squeezing the oil till it starts to trickle out, and then we'll go ahead and put the fill cap in. Just remember, as it starts to get to the top, you're just going to squeeze a little bit slower in case there's any air bubbles or anything in there, and then we'll go ahead and put on the fill cap. All right, so once you've got that filled up all the way, go ahead and install your fill plug, and then you're going to tighten it to 12 foot-pounds. Job is complete. Give yourself about 30 minutes if you've never done this before. I'll put a link in the description below on how to get that Flex bottle off Amazon. Have it show up at your doorstep in 1 to 2 days. Once you use those, you'll never go back to the hard plastic bottles again. Hope you guys enjoyed this step-by-step video, and thanks for watching.